Alright, this video's in regards to the Everlast 160 STH. I went to basically do some welding on the stick, and I plugged it in, and then went to the back, light turned on, and flipped the switch to the right here. That light turned on. But in the front right here, in the front, the LED didn't turn on, and so it was not working. And of course, the first thing I thought it was, of course, I knew better than to purchase something that was used. When I got it, it was used, and you know, I just did my research, and basically what I found is, I mean, you look at all this stuff in here, and it really takes somebody. If any of this stuff is damaged, like this circuit board or whatever right here, there's no fixing it. You know, but a lot of times, like you've seen in some of my videos, you're gonna see that you know, you'll see a hot spot basically, or loose connection, something obvious, if something really got burnt or whatever, you know. In general, things like this have let's try to turn this light on. In general, things like this, they have circuit protection. Pretty much everything has circuit protection. You just look at the circuit board, you look for loose disconnected wires, you look for loose solder joints. Nowadays, you're not going to find too much of that, especially if it hasn't been used a lot. What I've learned in my experience of working on all kinds of different equipment and machines and everything, you know, most often it's something easy. Like if your car don't start, most of the time it's something easy. Honestly, it's a, you know, it's a battery, it's whatever, a fuse or a battery or something like that. Most often, you know, small times is it something very complicated. I went on the forum and it says troubleshooting for this particular model. It says machine will not turn on. So it says check cords and wiring in the plug, and then check circuit breaker. Contact Everlast technical support to check and replace main unit fuse. So I seen it has a fuse in it, and I figured that it does. And I figure I'm gonna take it apart, and I'm gonna look into the fuse, and I mean, it's worth a try, you know. There was a total of 14 bolts. I thought maybe I was gonna have to take off that, you know, that or something, but that wasn't the case. I didn't have to take that off. So it's good when you see this though. When you're looking for a problem. This thing comes up weird on the camera. Wow. Let me see. Both, there's these two fuses right here. They both are blown. So when you see that, and you know, you're pretty much sure. But of course I gotta check the wiring. I don't know, I got this used. Supposedly you gotta wire it yourself or whatever. I don't know if that's, I don't know, that's what the manual said. It didn't even come with the manual. I had to look it up online. And so I'm just gonna double check the wiring. I'm just gonna make sure the wiring's good. You know, they could have just overamped it or whatever. But anytime you're looking for anything like this, you know, you just look for hot spots and you know, stuff like that. Wow, this freaking thing comes up. You can't see it in real life on the camera. It comes up weird like that though. Wow, that's weird. Anyways, if I post this video, it's because replacing these fuses fixed the problem. I'm not going to post this video until I replace those fuses and fix it. I got a lot of stuff going on, guys. I figured this would help somebody out there. The screw, when you get a screwdriver, the screwdriver, you just what they call posi drive. Just get a regular screwdriver and grind the tip a small amount, because the screws that are used for this unit, they're like the posi drive. They're like the posi drive. So if you use like a regular screwdriver, you see it goes in there. It's gonna cam it. It's gonna damage, you know, damage that. So get a posi drive, or just get a regular screwdriver and grind it down a small bit. That's what I did. That's what I've always done. I don't need to buy special tools for everything. I just don't. You spend your life savings on buying special tools when you could use something that works just the same. anyways, I figured this will help somebody out there. This is the location of it. I took off the back panel. There was like 4 screws holding it on, and then I took off the front panel. There's 4 screws holding it on, and then I took off the side panel. There was 1, 2, I don't know how many, several 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 or something screws holding it on. But lo and behold, there you go. You got the blown fuses, and I'm about to go outside, replace them. Like I said, if I'm posting this video, it's because it fixed it. So, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna replace those fuses, and you know, I'll give you updates. But like I said, if I'm posting it, it means I already replaced it. So I just, once I replace it and do it, I'm gonna be I gotta go do some, you know, practice welding, do a couple beads and everything. So anyways, I'm sure all the units, they have like the 140, the 160, the 200, the 250, the 300. I'm sure they all have that internal protection, and so that's just something you would look into. So what happened is, probably I bought it through Amazon. The people bought it, and they probably overloaded it or misused it or abused it or just used it past its capacity, and it blew the fuse. And then they returned it, and they were probably upset. But what kind of sucks, in my opinion, though, is it probably was returned. They check for all the equipment that it comes with. And I'm not talking about anything bad about this company at all. I'm not. It's not anything bad about, I mean, anything could go bad on any type of equipment or machine or anything. It's not, you know, anything having to do with this particular company. But I think the people at Amazon need to, obviously they can't be freaking, the people who do all this stuff, they're probably just young adults. They don't even know how to weld. They don't know how a welder works. They're just receiving it, check it for what it's supposed to have, and then, you know, put it for resale. And I don't know, something probably needs to be done about that, because in an instance like this, I mean, they really didn't check it. You know, they're just reselling it. And I think that's one of the main points of this video, is that be careful when buying used electronics, especially. I've bought used things through Amazon and it's never had a problem, but if you buy something used, like a used wrench set or something like that, what's the chances of having a big problem with a used wrench set? You know, you're gonna have some scrapes and scratches. But on electronics, and it's used, you don't know if the guys took it on a fishing trip and they dropped it in the water. You know, you don't know. And then the people that return it, they don't know. They're not welders. They're, you know, they can't be experts in everything they sell. Just like I can't be expert in every single vehicle I work on. I try to figure it out as I go. But anyways, you know, I hope this helps somebody. This is the location of the fuses. You take off the front panel here, the back panel here, and then you lift it up, and then there's the location. That's towards the rear. Anyways, I think most people would send it back in real quick, but you know, I'd probably have to pay for shipping and handling. I'm gonna have to wait a lot more time. It was worth it for me to just take it apart and look for obvious. If it wasn't obvious, like a blown fuse or some cracked circuit board, even if it was like a cracked or heated or whatever circuit board, there's nothing I could do other than order a new part. Not, I would want that to be replaced through warranty. But yeah. So do your research when you're trying to fix things, and I hope somebody addresses the problem with the situation with Amazon, how things are returned. I think they probably need to be tested. At least, you know, I don't know. Maybe if they're returned, maybe they need to be sent back to the company. Maybe. I don't know. But that's just my little 2 cents on the subject. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe.